All right, welcome to today's Video Guys Newsday Tuesday. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. You give us 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to tell you about the products we sell, what's going on in our industry. The big news was NAB New York, Javits Center, New York City, last week. Great show. I'm not really sure how it fits into the whole cadence of NAB Vegas and IBC, but the turnout we got was great. It is not a consumer show by any means. It was a professional show. Most of the people walking around the show floor were representing companies, broadcasters, representing Hollywoods, film studios, people who represented video departments for school districts or for conferences and things like that. So it was a very cool show. We met some really great people along the show, and we went to a whole lot of cool booths. So we've got a list of some of the booths we went and visited. So can we bring that up, and we'll be talking about who we're going to go? All right, so let's move me over to here. There we go. All right, best of NAB New York. We're going to start with the Atomos Ninja 5. This is the box for it. It was actually working at the show floor. So let's run this clip from the Atomos on the show floor, and let's run the clip. Ready? Here we go.
Here is an update on our latest, hottest selling product that we've had, probably to date. This is probably a 10th generation Atomos recorder, player, monitor, and edit system all rolled into a nice little 5-inch package. This latest product is just, I can't say it another word more than this is really awesome. They're selling really well. So probably should get one when you can. What's great about it is it's a completely new mechanical design, which includes, it's got an HDMI input and output, headphone in and output jack. It has a mic line level input on a 3.5-inch, 3.5 millimeter input connection. It has an updated, super easy Atomos interface system you probably have come to know and love.
Great job by Atomos, and of course they still have their larger field recorders. For those who are working on bigger rigs, you get the 7-inch, Shogun Inferno or the Flame series. But the Ninja 5, if you're working with a DSLR, definitely the way to go. All right, who do we have next? Next on the show is the
Sling Studio.
Oh, she's talking too soon. Let's pause her. The Sling Studio. You guys, we've done a lot of shows on the Sling Box. We love the Sling Hub. Here's their marketing director to tell you a little bit about how exciting the product is.
Your Sling Studio is the first live streaming, broadcasting, switching, and recording production studio that fits in a backpack. It's in this little device right here, and it can connect up to 10 cameras wirelessly and switch via an iPad or Mac interface. Today, and we'll be announcing this tomorrow officially, we're announcing a partnership with Vimeo, live streaming service. And so, along with Facebook and YouTube, you will be able to automatically live stream to a Vimeo platform. And we're excited about the API interfaces, and we're excited about the opportunity that this will bring, given the Sling Studio and Vimeo partnership.
Sling Studio, great product, works fantastic. Next product we have up is the DJI CoPilot. CoPilot, we've done a show on that, really exciting product. Here's Chris at the booth to tell us all about it.
On this one, very, very cool product. First of its kind, really. It's called our DJI CoPilot, made by LaCie. And the DJI CoPilot, DJI came to us and was like, you know what? I think we want to team up more with LaCie because we're a pro creative brand, and what can we do to help the folks doing drone footage, saving and capturing their SD card footage, right? These guys might not be as versed in the photography industry of getting those cards, that volatile media, and making sure it's stored the right way. This allows you to do something like that without a computer for the first time. A lot of times you had to have a computer, you had to have a drive, you had to have your components with you, you had to have them charged. This way you can slide a card in the front, I can hit a button on the side, and I can turn on the physical unit that runs on battery and ingest the card live. Once I start to ingest, I can put that cap on, put it in my gig bag, and I'm off to shoot again. So this allows you to make redundant copies of your media in the field without having to do too much work, and I don't need to touch it too much.
All right, the next product on the list, GTech releasing their TriCaster 7. That's a brand new software for TriCasters for the TC1 and some of the older TriCasters. Unfortunately, it's not available for the Mini at this time, but the TriCaster TC7, this is big, guys. You know, the folks at GTech are constantly improving their products. The TriCaster 7 software adds a ton of new features. It adds efficiencies, it adds stability, it adds the ability to have what we'll call an easy button to do a more graphical control of the TriCaster interface using a device with a Chromium device. We're really excited about this. Of course, we'll be doing a show on it in the future. We run our program on a TC1 here is what's running the show today. So let's go without further ado and hear what they had to say about the TriCaster 7. At the NAB.
Of course, we're about to release the new 7.0 software version for TC1 as well as VMC1. You want to pay attention to that because it brings about a whole new user interface and better experience for the operator, including touchscreen control as well as an adaptive interface and enhanced workflows for the live production operator. Now, as a part of that, you can also add on the premium access. And now, this is really important because it gives them access to things like live graphics for real-time production templates that can really be pulled directly from After Effects using the Live Graphics Creator plugin, along with being able to do real graphics and custom work right out of Photoshop and After Effects. So those are tools that people are already available with, having that easy workflow to go right in, taking advantage of title templates as well as the data link functions directly within the TriCaster.
All right, the next stop on our whirlwind tour of NAB New York was BirdDog. We went to the BirdDog booth. Here they're going to talk about the new technology that's in the Mini. It's also in the studio, but they've had the ability to not just encode, but to decode as well. So let's hear Dan from BirdDog tell us a little bit about that.
BirdDog Mini is a HDMI-based NDI encoder, but it's also a decoder as well. So we're able to receive an NDI signal and play that back out again. That can be mounted onto a screen, it can be put behind any type of display, and you can take that NDI signal and put that straight back out. BirdDog's technology is all based around our hardware encoder, and that allows us to do extremely low latency and extremely high quality in these small hardware devices that are powered by power over Ethernet and really low heat and no fans. So it's great for production.
All right, the folks at BirdDog were also showing off their new PTZ cameras at the booth, but we just wanted to give you an overview. We did a whole show with them from Australia, coming in with Eamon, so you can see that on our previous videos. Now we're going to go to Telestream Wirecast booth, Wirecast bundles. These were bundles set up specifically for the worship market. They can be used by anyone, but we're doing a promotion with the guys at Stream Geeks and some other vendors, and it's a Wirecast bundle. It's going to include Wirecast. Oh, you know what? Let's let them tell you all about it. Here you go.
So with the latest versions of Wirecast, we built in a PTZ controller right within the software. You have the capability of controlling a PTZ optics camera and several other brands of PTZ right within the Wirecast software. So you can build presets, recall them as you need them. So simply program in your presets and click recall, and those presets will control that PTZ camera. So those can also be custom keyboard mapped, so you pull up your presets all within the X Keys controller or within the Wirecast software as well. It's a great new feature in Wirecast.
Guys, next up, the LiveUSolo from the LiveU booth. LiveU, this is a phenomenal product, uses cellular bonding in order to let you broadcast from anywhere. In fact, some people were live with the LiveUSolo at the booth at NAB, and it was pretty cool, and got to participate in that a little bit. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you to our booth interview, and look at that. Louis LeBron from LiveU is checked in, and let's go now to the video and see this handsome fellow in person.
The LiveUSolo is a portable streaming encoder that cellular bonds multiple networks to give you one powerful pipeline to the internet. And what I mean by that is, with the LiveUSolo, you're able to connect different networks. So we have an AT&T, a T-Mobile. It's also able to connect to Ethernet and Wi-Fi. And in a perfect scenario, now you have all these 4 different networks all bonding to create one powerful pipeline to the internet, allowing anyone to go live from anywhere.
And Purl Mini. The Purl 2 has been a very successful product. It's a little bit higher end. The Mini is really geared towards smaller productions, 2-input type productions where you could also bring in graphics, you could also encode to your choice of 2 outputs. So the Purl Mini, let's go to the Epiphan booth and hear what they had to say about that puppy.
Well, this little guy is our latest member of the Purl family. We started shipping this out in June. It's been taking off like crazy. Really popular box. It's really a little brother to that Purl 2 that I just showed you. A few fewer ports. It does 2 HD encodes in parallel and can stream out to Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you need to go. It's got a nice big touchscreen on the front so you can operate all your switching, all your mixing, everything right from the box. So again, pretty simple, easy to use, plug in multiple cameras. The audio section on this one also allows for direct connection of microphones. So built-in preamps and phantom power allow you to connect up a couple mics. So you can do a 2-camera shoot with a couple microphones, all just from this one little box. Super easy, and you're ready to go.
All right, next up from Roland, the V60 HD. This is a 6-input mixer that will allow you to complete mixing with audio and video mixing. It'll also let you bring in graphics in lower thirds. You could take it out via USB to a laptop for streaming. It's a very cool product. I'm going to try to get it up here. We are going to do a whole detailed show on this. We've also done some really cool videos with the folks at Streaming Media on it that we're really excited about that you can watch from our website or from the Streaming Media website. But let's hear what they had to say about the V60 HD from their booth.
And the V60 is it sits in a nice 6-input range for us. So for those customers that only need six video sources coming in, makes it pretty easy and pretty simple. There's 4 SDI connections on the back as well as 2 HDMI connections on the rear. Both HDMI connections are scaled. So you have scaling on 5 and 6, and then on channel 6 by itself you have HDMI or RGB components. So you have a choice between what you're going to connect there on channel number 6. On the output side of things, you have 2 SDI outputs and 3 HDMI outputs. One of your HDMI outputs is a fixed output. It's your multi-view output, so you can see your sources that are coming into the switcher. But of the 2 HDMIs and 2 SDIs, they're assignable to 3 different output paths. You have a program path, you have a preview path, and an auxiliary path. Dedicated aux row, it doesn't affect your program preview row at all. So as of right now, I mean, again, I'm on channel 5, it's in red, that's what's on my my video feed. If I do my switch to channel 6, it's a nice take between the 2.
All right, next up is John Landman from TriCaster. We had him on our show, I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. He went over some of this stuff. He talked about some backpacks that we had. And we got a lot of feedback from our customers saying, you know, tell us more about these backpacks. They said, I know the TriCaster backpacks are expensive, but they're for broadcast and they serve a good purpose. So let's hear John tell us about 2 backpacks, 2 different flavors. One intended for a high-resolution HD video, and the other for just being a mobile data point. So, John, take it away.
These are our 2 backpacks that are different from each other, as one is focused on video. This is our Bond HEVC backpack unit that has an Anton Bauer mount. We can use an Anton Bauer battery to power and feed the Bond backpack. We can power that backpack for about 8 hours with a battery. It has a 2-minute battery inside so that we can not lose the feed when we're changing the battery. We take both SDI and HDMI into this HEVC encoder, send it up to our core account, where we can then send it to an unlimited number of destinations. We also talk about the other backpack that I have here, which is not to do with video, but this is our Wi-Fi router on the front end to deal with data and cellular bonding on the back end. What this means is that you can turn up at a location and bring your own internet.
Understand we're running into some encoding difficulties on some of our channels, specifically YouTube and Twitch, and I apologize for that, and we'll diagnose what's going on there. Facebook's looking great because we're using the dedicated Wowzer encoder as usual, for the Wowza ClearCaster to run our Facebook page. That's what gives us the interactivity and also the much cleaner, better signal with the audio sync. But one of the things that I have a lot of people using Monarchs for is to do their individual encoding rather than having the encoding go through their switcher or hardware products. So let's talk about the Monarchs a little bit, which are really being used and deployed in educational situations where you can have 10, 20, or 50 of these deployed at the same time. We had Frank Scartosi on our show from Matrox, and here is, who's doing this one? Here's Dan Maloney, the project manager for the Matrox Monarch family, telling us a little bit more about them. Take it away, Dan.
Our user products consist of a line of encoders, starting from Monarch HD, HDX, and LCS. LCS was initially put together to go after the lecture capture market, so in schools. However, media professionals gravitated towards it because it's 2 inputs, allow you to create simple productions that can be streamed to your social media platform. So a show like this, we want to attract people and people looking to make very simple one-touch productions. Camera, computer input, that's great for corporate events, and a number of other applications like a house of worship, where really you just want to connect up your camera, your laptop, press one button, and you're streaming to your social media platform or your CDN of choice. So Monarch.
3. Let's find out more about that.
Our new Generation 3 IP joystick. New from the Gen 2, we've actually switched the command protocol. It used to be OnVIF over IP. It is now Visca over IP and has significantly improved latency as far as control over a network application. Beyond that, we are also showcasing a lot of our NDI stuff.
All right, I jumped the gun a little bit on this one when I was talking about what we use for our system, but we use the Wowza ClearCaster for our Facebook transmissions. And here's the folks over at Wowza telling us a little about some new features in the new UI for the Wowza ClearCaster.
We just made some pretty exciting updates to our UI through which you can get in, set up your streams. Obviously, you can stream up to 1080p 60, the only appliance on the market that's whitelisted for that functionality. You're able to set this up in redundant pairs now, so you could have a true redundant architecture with Facebook being the source. If your primary fails, it will automatically, in real time, fail over to your backup redundant ClearCaster. Allows you to run through a preferred tiered transcoding data center at Facebook, the only appliance which is going into that. Has some pretty nifty functionality around cache. If you were to lose your power or network, it will recover immediately. It's truly the most proficient way to get into the Facebook platform.
All right, next up we have the Avid Nexus Pro. What they have is they have a new GUI and interface for Avid Nexus Pro that is more in line with the Media Central interface. And if you remember, we did a show about a month ago on Media Central Editorial and Avid Nexus Pro. Unfortunately, folks, the Nexus Pro prices have gone up a little bit. I think we may have 1 or 2 units still left at the older price, but Nexus Pro has gotten more expensive. We apologize for that, but a lot of the technology products we sell, because of what's going on with component shortages and with tariffs and other issues on the world that we can't control, prices are creeping up on some items, folks. So keep that in mind if you're shopping for something in Q4 as a holiday gift. You may be better off buying it a little sooner than later because these price increases are very real. But here's the product manager, one of the product guys at Avid, talking about the Nexus Pro and the new interface.
The Avid management interface for Nexus has been completely redesigned. And we showed it off at both NAB and IBC. And it's an HTML5 user interface. It looks very much like our Media Central look and feel. And it's able to run pretty much on any device. So you can manage your Nexus environment from pretty much any iPad or tablet, as well as, of course, from any other client. This gives you an amazing amount of flexibility to do all the management for your Nexus environments in terms of creating LUNs, creating work groups, managing the entire storage array. And it's all done through a very simple UI.
All right, if you're a fan or a follower of our shows, you know I love these little GTech external SSDs. This is the Mobile SSD Pro using actually their VME technology. And here's our good friend Bobby Lombardi over at GTech to tell us all about what makes this drive so special.
Our lineup, we've got our G Drive Pro SSD, and we also have our Mobile Pro SSD. And why these are unique, these are NVMe SSD drives capable of 2.8 gigabytes a second on Thunderbolt 3. That's some crazy speed in a compact package, but also bus powered. And in this product here, you'll notice that we have a heat sink. So we have the ability to keep the product cool while running at those high speeds. Perfect product for those scratch discs, say for video workflows, 6K and higher, but also virtual effects, anything to do with AR, VR, and long render times. This is going to be a great, fabulous product for portable.
All right, that wraps up our list of people who were reviewing on the show. It was a really great show. There's a lot of other technology you could see. I just want to take a little bit of time and run down the rundown of the whole list that we have here. So we started with the Atomos Ninja 5. Then we went to the Sling Studio. We hit the LiveUSolo DJI CoPilot. The TriCaster 7 new software. Also, TriCaster's got their new premium solution, a subscription solution that you could subscribe to that gets you additional features. That's available also. BirdDog with their NDI products, Wirecast bundles with the Wirecast gear, LiveUSolo, Epiphan Purl Mini, Teradek backpacks, Matrox Monarchs, PTZ IP control, Wowzer Clearcast that's running the show, Avid Nexus Pro, GTech, Roland was on there too, the V60. Pretty packed show, pretty exciting show. Hopefully you guys will be here next year for the show. I want to talk now a little bit about what's coming up in our next shows on the schedule for the Video Guys Newsday Tuesday. What do we got for you? We're really excited about this next one. One of our customers, QuickCast Productions, is actually taking a TriCaster Mini and some other stuff that we sell. He's built a complete production studio inside. Was it a truck or a bus or a little of both, Eddie?
Mobile home.
A mobile home. He's going to pull up that mobile home to the parking lot here, and we're planning on running our show from his truck. So that's going to be a lot of fun on October 30th. November 6th, the Scoop on Storage, G Technology Raid, setup, roundup, going into some of the new stuff they're doing. I had a great talk with the folks over at GTech at the show floor that I got to find out what I'm under NDA and not. I think I'm allowed to tell you what I asked for. I'm not allowed to tell you what they answered, but they've got some new product managers, a new product team, and I think you're going to see products that they're being very, very responsive to, and more importantly than that, I think they're finally waking up to the fact that our industry has really shifted towards PC Windows-based workstations for the more powerful applications like Resolve and Avid and what people are doing. So very interesting in tapping into those NVIDIA graphics cards. So it's going to be a cool talk with the folks over at GTech on November 6th. I'm hoping to bring in my friend Bobby, but if we can't, we might do it without him, but we'll see. And then November 13th, that's the WFX show. That's the worship show, and we're going to be talking about our ultimate streaming bundles for houses of worship. We're also going to go into other things that we feel are good choices for house of worship, as well as letting you know for those people going to the show, we're going to go through who of our vendors will be there. So that's some of the stuff we have planned. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the show this week. You know, we try to tell you about all the technology we sell, but one of the things I want to stress is we're live people here, and you can call us at 800-323-2325, and we will get on the phone and talk to you about the products we sell. And that's very different. I know there are a lot of companies out there that sell our products on the internet, but what they can't do is help you with the workflows and help you come up with the right budget. Now, we don't have the ability to install the products or do that kind of stuff for you, but we do have a network of dealers throughout the country that if you need a local dealer, you can still call us and we'll refer you to a local dealer in your area who understands and knows these products. Because for us, what's the most important thing here at Video Guys is that you, the customer, end up with a solution that works within your needs and your budget and your ability. So thank you for tuning into the show. This was Gary from Video Guys. Tuesdays, 2 o'clock, Video Guys Newsday Tuesday. We're here to tell you about the products we sell. Thank you for tuning in. This is Gary. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.